In the midst of an episode, Ripa, host of Live E, criticized the producer of the show for an uncomfortable problem. Ripa and one of her producers have had arguments on the show before. Kelly, 53, and Mark Consuelos performed their daily round of Stump Mark on Monday's broadcast. In the quiz game, 52-year-old Mark must determine which of two statements about a caller is true. Should he be incorrect, the caller will receive the reward, which includes an I Stumped Mark t-shirt and a Kelly and Mark mug. Scott, a player from Atlanta, Georgia, played on Monday. Mark showed Scott how the game had changed and went over the regulations with him. He informed the competitor, "If you win, you'll get an all-new holiday mug." The words, "Live with Kelly and Mark," were printed on the cup, which also had Christmas lights attached to the top and bottom. Mark continued by displaying the t-shirt, which is the standard one that each competitor is eligible to win. Kelly leaned forward to address their producer once the image faded from the screen, saying, "We should have a holiday t-shirt." "Indeed, Art? Why aren't we wearing holiday-themed t-shirts?" Mark inquired. "Maybe next year," countered Live's other producer Michael Gelman, as Art stood up to defend himself. "I'm not in charge of t-shirts," Art answered back. However, Michael disclosed that they are creating a Stump Mark t-shirt with a unique design that will be available for purchase by everyone. Kelly has spoken out against the show's producer before. The anchor berated Gelman last week for breathing down her neck in a live broadcast. Gelman, Mark, and Kelly took part in Cooking Week for Thanksgiving. They were preparing Gelman's Thanksgiving stuffing recipe, which calls for wild rice to give it a robust, high-fiber flavor. To finish the recipe, he assigned chores to every one of the hosts. Kelly began adding ingredients to the pot on the stove after chopping some up. As she added the other ingredients, she questioned the producer about whether he added everything at once. Gelman clarified that in order to prevent the celery from becoming mushy, he typically waits for different periods to add other ingredients. "You've got it. Indeed, chef." The producer requested Mark to chop up some more mushrooms, and Mark let out a cry. Kelly and Mark received extra coaching from Gelman on when and how to add specific substances. "What about the sage?" Kelly queried. "No, that gets mixed in," was the response from a preoccupied Gelman. Kelly, in any case, added it. The producer informed her, "That was a no, Kelly, don't put those in yet." She retorted, "You said it gets mixed in." Gelman answered, "Yeah, later on, while he prepared food." "Well, I don't understand your language," Kelly fired back. When someone laughed aloud, she turned to face the crowd, asking for forgiveness for her error. "If somebody tells you no, it gets all mixed in, doesn't that mean it all gets mixed in?" Kelly questioned the assembly. Gelman reminded her, "That means it all gets mixed in later." Kelly criticized the producer for being a micromanager later on in the culinary disaster. Gelman wanted to do the cooking portion by himself, Kelly joked to the crowd. Then, when she spooned out the stuffing on stage, she quipped that she could feel the producer breathing down her neck.